Welcome to Spring 2021 University Commencement and College Virtual Ceremonies for Arizona State University. We welcome our graduates, families, and guests as we celebrate the Class of 2021. The placing of the University Mace by Professor Seamin Levinson, President of the ASU Faculty Senate, signals the beginning of this official university ceremony. It is my pleasure to introduce the 16th President of Arizona State University, Michael M. Crow.
Well, hard to believe, but here we are, Commencement 2021. Exciting thing is that we're all here together in one form or another. We're very excited about being able to bring you the university graduation. In this format, we've got 19,000 or so total graduating with us, but all of you also have the opportunity to be at your college or school convocation. So we're very excited. That'll be more hybrid, more personal and more interactive, but nonetheless, here we are. We're in the middle of the global pandemic. We're in the middle of rapid complexification of all things, and yet here we are. You've persevered. Your families have persevered. You've stuck with all of the things now for more than a year. And I just want to say on behalf of the university faculty, students, staff, everybody that's a part of our community, congratulations to all of you. It really is an unusual moment. It's one in which we always, when we're together in a crowd, we turn to our graduates and we ask them to thank their families. So I hope that each of you will do that. Give them a hug, give them a kiss, tell them thank you for being there, thank you for supporting me, thank you for helping me through everything, thank you for helping me to understand that I needed to keep going and keep moving, and just thank you for everything to get me here. We also ask that all the teachers in our audience stand and be recognized, the K-12 teachers, the community college faculty, and we ask that our graduates thank them, and as we thank and honor these teachers that have brought you as graduates to us. We realize that we're a part of the process. We realize that we're a part of a continuum of learning, something that we call the universal learner continuum. You go through your entire life. We believe that there's whole new ways to link learning together, so we just like to recognize all of the teachers. And then there's our faculty. ASU has over 5,000 faculty members. This is a world-class research university. We've been involved in recreating how we teach, recreating our learning environments, recreating and expanding and evolving our discovery and creativity environments. And so we found a way to construct a new kind of university, something we call a new American university. Our faculty are deeply committed to student success. Our faculty are deeply committed to community success. Our faculty are deeply committed to unbelievable demographic diversity in the student body. We work towards this. We've greatly accelerated our graduation rates, the success of our students, the moving forward of our students. And so if we were together, I'd ask all of you to rise on our faculty so that our students that are graduating could recognize you. But I just want to take a special moment for the faculty that are watching this video to say just thank you. You've been unbelievably adaptive. You've been unbelievably creative. You have persevered. You have adapted to everything. And so, we get some rocks thrown at us. How are you doing? And why are we doing this? And why are we looking at everything on Zoom technologies? And it's not as good as being physically present, and so forth and so on. And so it often isn't, but it often is, and in some cases is even better. And so what we found in this year of 2020 and 2021, what we found is that we've learned to be a better university. Our faculty have advanced. We've developed new teaching and learning techniques. And given where we are and everything that we've been through, I just want to say thank you to the faculty for all that you've been able to achieve. And I hope that each of you as students will reach out to the faculty that impacted you the most, to the faculty that had the deepest transformational effect on you, or the faculty member that really just got you going when you were down, and just say thank you. Just reach out, just say thank you, because it really has been a difficult year for everyone. This year, I hope people have seen what we have done. We've kept the institution moving forward in the middle of the first global pandemic in over 100 years. We have done that in a moment in time where the greatest scientific progress in vaccine technology that humans have ever been able to bring forward has been brought forth during this year. Now we're struggling to make sure that we get it out to everyone, but nonetheless the science has been unbelievable. We found ways to use technology to stay connected, to keep everything moving. We found ways to be generous with each other, to be generous with those that lost their jobs, to help businesses to stay open, to help families to stay intact. we at the university have done all that we could, and we can always do more if you're aware of other people that have needs to help people to be able to graduate, to help them financially, to help them emotionally, to help them in every possible way. And so I just want to say that, this has been a moment, I hope, of galvanizing you, galvanizing your thinking, and realizing that you should take nothing for granted, nothing. The world is as we make it, and the world is as we adapt to it. And so I know different people have reacted to everything in different ways, and we should be respectful of all of those reactions. We should recognize that some have been anxious and some have not been anxious, and we should recognize that what we really need to do here more than any other thing, and this is what I'm so proud of relative to ASU, is coming together, working together. We have a thing at ASU that we call the community of care, and 99% of the people involved with the university, our students, our staff, our contractors, our faculty, everybody, have taken on a burden of caring about other people as much or more than you care about yourself. And then that means we've been able to manage our way through this pandemic in very effective ways. I think the class of 2021, and I say this to people all the time, and they don't really believe me. I think our models about students and the preparation of students, students are not on a learning curve where we're giving them an education and someday they may do something. Far from it. We're living in a world now where everyone is empowered by technology, they're empowered by the internet, they're able to study across cultures, they're able to study across complex subjects, they're able to double major and triple major, they're able to do things, build things. We had a group of students this year that won the X Prize for masking technology against 1,000 other teams. We had a group of students this year, including online students, who have been involved in the design and deployment of a mission that will go on the surface of the moon. That's a scientific experiment. We've got unbelievable talent and energy in our student body, and it's not something like we're just working to prepare you. We're just working to help you to be able to get a job. Far from it. That's not what we do. Our job is to empower you to be a master learner. Our job is to take you coming to us from whatever background you come from, whatever family background you come from, whatever cultural background that you come from, and empower you to be a master learner, to be capable of learning anything, adjusting to anything, teaming across different subjects, taking on complex issues of social change, complex issues of economic development and economic progress, taking on global climate change, taking on sustainability, taking on the development of new kinds of businesses, new kinds of musical enterprises, new kinds of artistic expression. What we're after is a way in which we are set to enable and empower you. And so I've been very, very excited about watching that happen across all the dimensions of the university, our Public Service Academy and the Watts College for Public Service and Community Solutions, our undergraduate student body, our graduate students. They are problem solvers now. They are teachers and learners and discoverers now. We've got students involved in everything imaginable, and from my perspective, it's just fantastic. If anything, the pandemic has driven up our commitment to social equity. It's driven up our commitment to having a deep impact across our society. It's driven up the creativity of our faculty and our students, and for all of that, I am grateful. But in particular to you, you all have passed through a particular unique moment. You may not see it now. You may still be grumbling a bit about, that you're not at a all university graduation and you haven't been able to see some of your friends, and there have been obviously families that have suffered tremendous losses and all these things, but you are here, and you are here with us now, and you are prepared as well as anyone that's ever been prepared in the history of our species to now move forward as a 21st century learner, as a 21st century creator, solving all these issues that we're facing, all these complexities that we're facing, and there's a number of them, and so I'm very confident that this is going to be something that you're going to be able to do. Arizona State University is an institution that is deeply committed to the combination of egalitarian access, academic excellence, and deep impact on our community. And I hope that has left each of you with a little personal addition to your mental DNA. And that means then that you understand what egalitarian access means in the functioning evolution of a democracy going forward, that you understand that we have to drive up educational attainment, that you understand that we have to make certain that our institutions to advance our democracy are not exclusive. We can't be keeping people out of things. We can't be keeping people from graduating from high school. We can't be keeping people from voting. We can't be keeping people from moving on into careers. We can't be keeping people from not being able to go to college and move forward with their lives. We can't be keeping people who didn't or weren't able to finish college from coming back and easily finishing college. And so it's all about finding a way to help the democracy to work. So if I have a single message for you, it really is this. So you've lived through a unique time. You have advanced during this unique time. You have a unique responsibility, and there's nothing to be discouraged about. Nothing at all. There is, in fact, just the opposite. This is a moment of a carpe diem moment, a seize the day moment. This is a moment for you to take your experience, to take what you've been through during this pandemic, what your family's been through during this pandemic, to take what our society has been through during this pandemic, if your family hasn't been particularly affected, to take what you've learned here at ASU and move out and seize the day. Obviously, we need all kinds of great things moving forward. We have great opportunities moving forward, and I am totally 100% confident that the graduates of Arizona State University will leave marks going forward that will alter the trajectory for our country, alter the trajectory for our planet, and we'll all be better off because of you. So congratulations to the class of 2021, and carpe diem.
Welcome to Wells Fargo Arena, class of 2020!
Who are the largest freshman class in the history of ASU. That is awesome.
Woo! Class of 2020!
Greatest Olympian in history, training for another Olympic Games. Oh, and it worked.
Fire danger on wheels now banned at ASU. It's the latest move against hoverboards due to the lithium-ion battery.
We have one objective: to successfully enable those things that you dream about, to help you to be able to move through this phase of your life. Your success is our success. Empowerment is your success. We have no other reason for existence. We are here to help you. We are an institution measured on who we include versus who we exclude, and how those students succeed.
history here in Tempe, Arizona on a spectacular fall night.
And eventually, if we want to stabilize the CO2,
just coming into our newsroom. Starting Monday, ASU is moving all of its in-person classes to online classes in order to protect students from the coronavirus. President Michael Crow announced this.
2020 has thrown us a couple curveballs.
I have a professor, love her heart. Her name is Marcia, and she's 73. And I did not think she was going to be able to figure it out, but she isn't doing anything.
President, safely.
We now recognize students graduating with academic honors and those who have committed to military service and the conferral of degrees. Presentations will be made by President Crow and Provost Ciro.
This is part of the program where we go back in time, all the way back to what's called Latin honors, all the way back to the formation of the universities 1,000 years ago. Cambridge University, Oxford University, Uppsala University in Sweden, Bologna University in Italy, University of Paris, and others where they spoke in Latin. I don't know how they did that, but that's what they taught in, and they had Latin honors for their very, very significant achievements in academia in Latin. And so what we say here is that to graduate cum laude requires a cumulative grade point average of between 3.4 and 3.59. I'd like to reach out and congratulate all of our students who are graduating today with the honor cum laude. We have a second Latin honor that we call magna more cum laude. It requires a cumulative grade point average of 3.6 to 3.79. So graduates with the honor magna cum laude, we congratulate you. And then finally, at the top of the peak, those the brainiacs that are out there that have really moved forward and achieved what we call summa cum laude. This requires a cumulative grade point average of 3.8 or above. Join me in honoring this year's graduates who have achieved the honor summa cum laude. Thank you.
President Crow, on behalf of the faculty of Arizona State University, I'm pleased to recommend the graduates completing the bachelor degree. They have all fulfilled the requirements for this degree and are worthy of that distinction.
When we're all together, I usually get last-minute data to see who's actually finished for the bachelor's degree. And so I can say that all of you that are here, that are part of this graduation, even up to the last second, we've gotten you all through. And so we're very, very excited to now actually officially graduate you, so let me do that. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Arizona Board of Regents, on the recommendation of the world-class faculty of Arizona State University, I hereby confer upon each of you the appropriate bachelor's degree and admit you to the Fellowship of Educated Women and the Fellowship of Educated Men with all of its rights, honors, privileges, and most importantly, obligations. Congratulations.
Congratulations to the class of 2021.
Good morning, and welcome to the Spring 2021 Convocation of Barrett the Honors College at Arizona State University. I am Mark Jacobs, the Dean of Barrett. I'd like to welcome to this virtual event the graduating seniors, their families, and the Arizona State University faculty in the academic departments and in the Honors College who've mentored and advised these great young men and women and served as their thesis directors and join us today to virtually support them at their graduation. And I'd like to welcome the members of the Barrett Honors College staff who nurtured and guided our graduates through their years of the honors experience. You will hear in her own video greeting to you our Vice Dean, Dr. Nicola Foote, and you will see in a separate slideshow the officers of the college, the associate deans and assistant deans. We are so grateful to that wonderful leadership team for the caring and support they've given you during your stay with us at Barrett. At the end of each academic year, we make special awards to graduating honor students after soliciting nominations for the awards from faculty and staff all across ASU. We immortalize the students as well on a plaque that remains in our Hall of Honor at the college. We usually make these awards in person at Convocation, and I would like to at least announce them here. More words about the recipients are printed in the Graduates and Future Plans booklet that you can see on our website. And you can see we are extremely proud of these honor students. The Outstanding Graduate Award this year is presented to Mary Ossette Anderes. The Outstanding Research Award goes this year to Alexis Hocken. The Outstanding Leadership and Service Award is presented this year to Shaki Bhatt. And the Outstanding Creative Arts Award is presented this year to Vashan Arora. So, seniors, it's been a tough 14 months, hasn't it? But it's over, and you are going to get a chance to get out into the world, with your graduation coinciding with that world opening up like a blossom to much more normal lives, but also different ones, and different in exciting new ways. A rebirth of sorts, a renaissance. And am I over-dramatizing here to call it a renaissance? Well, let's look at what the Renaissance was and what it came just after. The Renaissance was a period of cultural, artistic, political, and economic rebirth following the Middle or Dark Ages. The Renaissance started in the mid-1300s and promoted the rediscovery of classical philosophy, literature, and art, and some of the greatest thinkers, authors, statesmen, scientists, and artists in human history thrived during this era, while global exploration opened up new lands and cultures to commerce. So what made the Dark Ages just before the Renaissance so dark? The Black Death. It was a pandemic, an epidemic plague that struck Europe and Asia in the mid-1300s. It was caused by a bacterium, not a virus, that could travel from person to person through the air, as well as through bites of infected fleas and rats. And how did it end? People in the Venetian-controlled port city of Ragusa were able to slow its spread by keeping arriving sailors in isolation until it was clear they were not carrying the disease. That is, by creating social distancing. And in fact, they were routinely held on their ships for 40 days, quaranta in Italian, or what became known as a quarantine. And as it ended, people came out of quarantine literally and figuratively blinking their eyes, newly happy that they were still alive. So a heck of a lot more parallels to us today than you may have thought, even including not global exploration, but space exploration, and the first powered flight on Mars just as you are graduating. So back to my original statement, you are all coming out into new and exciting lives. I think you should learn from the past and from your quarantines and rethink how you will do things. Be the leading thinkers, artists, and scientists of this new renaissance. On celebrating Honors Day 2 weeks ago, I visited many of you at your posters on the grass of the Palm Court at the front of Tempe Barrett. You were proudly explaining the principles and results of your undergraduate thesis work, and you were magnificent. You had carried out imaginative and creative work either in your major that you were going to carry with you into graduate school research, or you'd done this sustained piece of scholarly work in a hobby or minor area solely out of interest in the topic. Either way, I could so easily see you there in the afternoon sun as the knights of a new renaissance from the new American university, no less. And I knew in my bones that we were done with the 14 months of dark age time. So, go forth, live fruitful and creative lives. Do stay in touch with us so we can bask in your reflected glory.
Congratulations, Barrett class of 2021. My name is Nicola Foote, and I'm the Vice Dean of Barrett, the Honors College. I will be remotely awarding you with your Honors Medallion. Before I do so, I would like to share with you a little bit about what the medallion is and why it's so important. This medallion represents the culmination of your journey as a Barrett student. It is a symbol of your academic accomplishment and distinction. To earn the right to wear this medallion, Barrett students have passed through the most stringent and rigorous honors curriculum in the nation. You have each completed 36 hours of honors coursework, beginning with the legendary human events sequence and ending with an undergraduate thesis. You have committed to academic challenges above and beyond your regular coursework. You have generated innovative and cutting-edge scholarship, and you have been participants in a community of scholars mentoring and supporting each other within one of our unique residential complexes. When Barrett was founded in 1989, graduates were honored with a gold stole. After Dean Jacobs' arrival in 2006, we moved to the medallion to provide something more noticeable and substantial in honor of the huge amount of work and commitment that graduating with honors represents. This medallion is two-sided. One side includes a graphic of our Barrett Honors College gonfalon symbol. The other side includes the ASU Barrett logo. In our traditional live ceremony, each student's thesis director would have the honor of bestowing the Barrett medallion upon them in an act we refer to as medallioning. This piece of the ceremony is absolutely precious to us because of the way it encapsulates the mentoring relationship between student and faculty advisor. As our graduates know, this relationship is unique and life-changing in the most profound ways for all of its participants. For students, faculty mentoring helps them understand and apply the unique and important intellectual gifts that they possess. From a faculty perspective, there is simply no greater professional joy than witnessing and sharing in the accomplishments of our students. I am so proud that here at Barrett we have this opportunity to celebrate these intellectual bonds between professor and student, and I recognize the solemn responsibility that I take on today in standing in for the faculty advisors in medallioning all students in this remote format. Receiving this medallion is not just the finale to an undergraduate education, more importantly, it's the key to a new beginning. Students have used their Barrett experience to win national awards, gain entrances to top graduate schools and medical schools, to capture outstanding jobs and internships. I'm so proud of all of you, and I can't wait to see what you do next. And with that, it's my very great honor to award you with this medallion that celebrates your accomplishment as a graduate of Barrett, the Honors College. Congratulations, class of 2021.
Hi everyone, Phil Horton here. I'm the interim director of the design school, and I'm here to congratulate all of our amazing graduates. You've all done incredible work, especially during a very, very difficult time. A college education and completing a college education can be a huge challenge on any given year, but certainly in a year like this, for you all to be completing your college education says a great, great deal about you. One thing that I think is important to sort of share with you all is that it's easy in a moment like this to think about how we've been affected by a lot of different difficult situations, but it's a wholly different thing to think about how we've changed through it, and particularly how we've grown. Growth isn't something that happens to us, it's something that we produce. I think many of you have grown substantially through moments like this. That growth is going to propel you forward in a lot of great ways. You'll inevitably continue to grow as you move forward, and we can't wait to see how you'll grow, either through your professional careers or through further studies or whatever you go on to do next. We hope you'll stay in touch. Our alumni are so important, and particularly to reflect years later about how our alumni are doing, having come out of a moment like this, will be really important. We think that you're all going to do amazing things. We're proud of you already. Thank you for all of your hard work, and congratulations to you on your graduation.
Erin Elizabeth Bascom.
Congratulations, ASU Herberger Institute Class of 2021, the class that we will never forget. We cannot wait to see how you use all that you have gained with us to change lives, to build culture, and to contribute to our public happiness. The world needs your talents. So good luck, take care, and stay in touch. So welcome to the Herberger Institute graduation celebration. I'm Dean Stephen Tepper. And while Monday's virtual celebration was the official graduation ceremony, I think we can all agree that this is probably a more meaningful, although slightly hotter, experience. This is a chance for you guys to be with each other, for your faculty, for staff who have supported you, to watch you as you take this final step. And so it is a big deal. And we're so happy to be here to celebrate what I calculate as about 10,000 hours of work that you have invested, studying and drawing and designing and building and failing and revising. I don't think there are any students anywhere on this campus that work as hard as you do. And the evidence of that is the electricity bills for Design North and South, whose lights never go off as you work through the night to get your ideas out into the world. So congratulations. And now the great thing about this format is that I can talk a little more specifically to you. And so I've been trying to think about what's unique to design and your particular superpower. And I have always been puzzled by the fact that we tend to separate our physical world, right, our material things, the flows of resources, and our symbolic world, the meaning that we derive from expression and from our identities and from the stories that we tell each other. And I think the world would be better off if the physical and the material was better connected to the symbolic. If the things we touch and the things we feel were more connected. And to me, that's what your superpower is. You are designers. You design. You express. You think about form and style and story. You animate our physical world. You make sure that our world of things and structures actually connect to our humanity and are meaningful to us. Now, unfortunately, too often design doesn't speak to who we are. People don't spend the time thinking about how we must design for humans, for our culture. People say everything is designed, but unfortunately not everything is designed well. And if it was, we would have a healthier democracy. We would have more thriving communities. We would have greater sense of hope and possibility. So that's your superpower. Connect our physical world with our inner world, the things that inspire us, that give us awe, that make us see the beautiful, that make us see each other. So go forward with that superpower, use it in everything you do. So now, to offer congratulations to you, I want to bring up the Design School's Interim Director, Phil Horton.
Thank you, Stephen. Okay, first, I want to say congratulations to you all. And while we're here to applaud you today, I want to also applaud the faculty and staff of our school for their fantastic work this year. I'm going to ask all of you, the graduates, to stand up for a moment. You look too comfortable anyway. Sitting's not good for your health. And I'm going to ask you to close your eyes for a couple of minutes. Don't worry, I'm not going to ask you to pray. I want to ask you to picture yourselves 3, 4, 5, 6 years ago, before you began the journey that you've been on. Picture how far away you are, literally and figuratively. Some of you are thousands of miles away from where you were just a few years ago, over 9,000 miles in some cases. And while some of you might be less than 9 miles from where you were, you're thousands of challenges and growth experiences from where you started. Some of you left behind jobs or even former careers to pursue new goals. Some of you have watched your families grow up around you during this time, while others have gotten married or started families of your own. Some of you have helped shatter barriers in being first-generation college graduates from your families, or the first generation from your families to come to the U.S. to study. Many of you have clawed your way through these last years, working perhaps multiple jobs to pay your way through college. And all of you have achieved a great success in the midst of compound global and national crises, while some of you are fighting to address those crises both as students and as emerging professionals. So imagine yourself from those 3, 4, 5, 6 years ago, and take a moment to acknowledge your own personal transformation. Your hands work differently as design makers. Your eyes see differently. You've literally, through neuroplasticity, rewired your brain dozens of times since you began this journey. You don't just think differently, your brain is wired differently. All right, you can open your eyes and return to your seats. Now, some of you had to ask for the day off to be here today, and you'll be right back in the office or in the field bright and early tomorrow. Others of you are all packed up and ready to go on to your next destination. And some of you, arguably all of you, aren't yet sure where you might be, literally or figuratively, 3 months from now, although some of you are going to be right back here in graduate school. But you're all on concurrent journeys with some parallels and a lot of divergence. Regardless of where you will be, we are genuinely excited to see what you'll do next, and after that, and after that. To see how you will tackle future crises, of which there will be many, how you'll contribute to positive change, big or small, disruptive or incremental, in your communities and in the world. No matter what you go on to do from here, you can take your abilities as designers and architects with you. The empathy to help define and reframe complex problems, the ability to situate those problems and opportunities in their context, the ability to study precedents, to explicate and analyze what has been done before, both exemplary and precautionary, the ability to ideate and visually communicate prospective solutions, the participatory ability to prototype, test, and develop iterative ideas, and the ability to work collaboratively to help build and realize strategic solutions. These skills won't just be helpful for you in the work of your careers, they'll be vital for what our own Dr. Will Haywood calls designing life, for yourselves and with those around you. We hope you will all stay curious, continue to interrogate the constraints and systems that you're faced with, never stop advancing, and do good work. But before you go on to do all that you'll do in your lives going forward, we just want to say thank you for choosing us, the staff and faculty of the school, to share these past few years with you. So again, congratulations to you all.
Thank you, Professor Horton. Stay curious. So we've reached the moment now where we get to recognize you, our graduates, and Professor Mark Neveu will be announcing the names and degrees, so please follow the directions of our volunteers who will be waving you forward. This is the most complicated task yet of your education. Just follow the waving hand. Professor Neveu will read your names. Mark?
Erin E. Bascom, Bachelor of Science in Design, Architecture.
We needed an industrial design student to design some cooling system for under your robes right now. But you're so close, so I'm going to ask you all to stand up, because here's how this ends. This ends with a lot of energy. I'm going to invite our photographer to take a group picture. We finally have, there's not so many of you that we can't actually capture you in one photograph. So we're going to count to 3, and you got to do something that's a little more exciting than standing with your diploma covers in front of you. So you could do a pitchfork, you could jump. I'm kind of taking note as to which disciplines jump the highest, so I encourage you to jump. I encourage you to, if you want to throw your hat, you can do that. I didn't encourage you to do it, but maybe you came up with that idea yourself. Whatever you want to do. And here's the thing, we'll keep doing it until we get the best picture, and it's really hot. So put it all in this first one. So on the count of 3, ready? 1, 2, 3. Woo! Is that good? Okay, we need one more. Sorry, one more. We're going to do one more. This is it. All of your years of education into this photograph. 1, 2, 3. Woo! All right, that was great. Congratulations, graduates. Please keep your masks on as you're socializing and taking photographs.